Good morning, everybody, from Dunrovin Ranch in Lolo, Montana. I have my erstwhile riders with me today. There's Paula Goldberg, getting the names a little bit here, Ant Greenwater, and Colleen Letty. And this is our fifth session, fourth or fifth session. And people are coming along really well. Tell me about last week. Come up and where people can hear. How did it go?
Well, I actually had to stay on the ground. I had hurt my back.
Right.
But that worked out okay because I could then
supervise,
kind of run it, I guess, you know. So we did the same as the week before, except a little more.
Right.
Where we groomed and, well, did the routine before you get the horse, and then groomed, and then once in the arena, bareback, but this time with our arms out and closing our eyes. And
can people start to feel the footfalls?
Yeah, Colleen especially did noticed did a really great job, and we put the vet wrap around this time, and that really helped, I think.
To
it helped more to when we were kind of telling which foot was touching the ground, the color of the vet wrap, as opposed to assigning a number to the color.
Right. It's easier to watch.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
And
I understand.
Feel too, so.
Yeah. So today is going to be our last day bareback. And there are two things I want you to learn today, okay? Good riders ride with their seat, okay? And the part of that is you have to be able to control your body. Your upper half of your body should be disconnected from your lower half, okay? So the lower half of your body should remain your entire body. It should be moving a right leg or a left leg, not your whole body. You shouldn't lean when you do these things, okay? And the importance of, if you're willing, I'd like to bring that mat out that's in the, Ant can do it. There's a mat rolled up there in the tack room, okay? And this is something that's a little personal, but I want people to feel it anyway, because it's what the horse feels. And you're going to understand it a little bit if you feel it. I think you've done this before.
Actually, I haven't.
Okay, well, you're going to do it today. Just put it out here in front of us here. And this is meant for you to kneel on, all right? All fours, down like a horse. Who wants to go first? Okay, so let's face the camera there. All right, there's good. Okay, so I'm going to straddle her like I would a horse, okay? Here I am on my horse, okay? Now, she can't see where I'm looking or what I'm doing, right? And I'm going to turn the upper part of my body, and by the way, I'm not all that good at this these days because I have so many scars from my operations. But what you should be able to do is turn the upper part of your body without leaning, okay? The thing is, you don't want to lean, no leaning. That it's really important that you keep your weight centered laterally on that horse. It's one of the things you'll notice about a really good rider if you watch riders who are in rodeos, the pickup riders. I mean, when they have to lean over to pick up a rider, you'll notice that their whole body shifts to the opposite side to keep their weight centered over their horse. Otherwise, the horse is having to move all around to keep underneath your weight. Okay, so I'm going to move my the top part of my body, and I want Paula to tell me whether I'm moving to the right or the left.
You were this way.
Yep. She feels that on my legs. I did not lean. I just moved.
Right. I can feel this leg like twisting in.
Yep.
And
it's very, very obvious.
And more pressure and less pressure.
Right. And that's exactly what your horse feels when you are on it and you want to move. So one of the first things about good horsemanship is to look where you're going, all right, where you want to go. So if I want to go slightly to the right, I'm going to move my upper body slightly to the right or left. I'm looking left now, but she can feel that. Your horse feels that. And a really good rider will be able to ride only with their body. No reins, nothing else. So you see these guys in France with these wonderful horses that are, galloping around. They're using their body solely to communicate with the horse. They don't need any what are called aids. Reins and all of that are aids, okay? And as you get better and better, all you need to do is use your body. Okay, so my next victim. Okay. Okay, so I want you to tell me which way I'm looking.
You're looking left.
Yes.
Now right.
Yep.
Straight. Down.
Hmm?
Are you looking down?
Yes. Did you see that?
With me?
No.
I didn't think.
But did you see that?
Yeah,
Looking down, she could feel my looking down. So what does your horse consider a looking down? It's stopping. It's going to stop, right? That's how sensitive your body is, and their bodies, even though they're bigger, they're every bit as sensitive to where you look.
You've been turning left and right.
Yep.
Yep, left, down.
Yep. Good girl. You're going to make a great horse. Come on, Aunt.
Anybody's going to help me with this?
I know this is weird, but if you feel it, and you're kind of tall for me, it's okay. I got a big horse here.
stirrups.
Got a big horse here. Okay.
Which way is she looking?
You're looking forward.
Nope.
I could be wrong. Are you over there?
Yep.
Okay. That's definitely left.
Yep.
That's right. And that is down or up? I think
Down.
that.
Feel the difference?
Yeah, down.
Your horse will feel that difference. And so what I want you to do, excuse me,
Right, I'm trying to lie down too.
I got a good horse here. Thank you, Van. What we're going to do today is control our horses with minimal rein and try to use your body, maximal use of your body. So I'm not even going to give you a bridle and reins. I'm going to give you what we call cheater reins. You know all about these. You're going to hook these onto the side of your halter, okay? And so you put on the sides down by their mouth. Just hook them in there. And let me show you how to do reins, first of all. Thank you. Okay, go ahead and put them on. Just loop them over their neck. And you notice if there's a, you want the smooth side to their skin. You know what I'm saying? Not the buckle side. We use these for kids, by the way. This is what all kids start out with. Okay.
I'm surprised there's an end left on Mickey's lead rope.
Oh, the way she's on it.
Okay, why don't you come back over here? Okay. I'm going to throw you the end of this rein. What did he do when I jerked?
Braced myself.
Braced yourself. Your horse will do it every time. Every time. If I want you to come toward me, if I jerk this, you're going to jerk back. It's an automatic response. You can't help yourself. But if I pull you gently, you get the idea of what I want from you. So if you brace with your horse, both your body, you brace up, they feel that. And with your hands, if you jerk on your horse, the horse's automatic response, can't help himself, is to brace. He braces up. And when he's braced, he can't be listening to you. All he can think about is what's going on in his mouth. And so I want you to turn around here, Colleen. Put this over your head. All right. And I want you to put both hands on what we call the bit. Here's the bit. Just put both hands on the bit, all right? And I'm going to try to steer you with my... Okay? Just put your hand on it. Okay? So now, if I'm pulling to the left, you can feel that, can you not?
Yeah.
All right? Pulling to the right, I can feel that. But look at what happens when I brace. You want to come back. You want to get away from that. You get away from that feeling.
Yeah.
Okay? And so the bit in your mouth, in the horse's mouth, is really meant for a really light communication. It's really meant to, guide the horse and tip its head and tell the horse what you want. But it's not really meant to control the horse. Now, having said that, in an extreme situation, that's exactly what it's meant to do. But the more you go to an extreme situation, the more your horse is going to brace every time. They get used to it. They know the difference between riders. They know exactly who's a good rider and who's not. The minute you sit on it, they know it right away because of the way you sit. Yeah, the way you do anything. Okay. So here's the way I want you to hold your reins. Okay, you can just hold it here for me. And this is something that, here, let me hold there you go. I'm going to show you here. Okay. So, the way you should hold your reins is I want a direct line of communication between me and the horse's mouth. And if I hold the reins this way, when I pull back, what am I also doing?
Well, pulling on the one side.
Well, look at up or down.
Up.
You automatically pull it up, which means that bit goes up in your horse's mouth, okay? Now watch when I pull back this way. No up and down motion. See, look at the difference in my hands. And it's just a matter of whether I hold it this way, coming in the top of my hand, or coming in the bottom of my hand. You ride a horse with the reins in the bottom of your hand. Comes up through the bottom, out through the top, thumbs on top, okay? Now, this is a little bit different when you neck rein a horse, and we'll talk about that later, how to do that. But basically, neck reining was devised by cowboys and gauchos and anybody who needed their right hand for working with cattle. But it's a lot less sensitive to the horse. They can't, when you start putting things in one hand, doing this, you don't have the same kind of control that you do if you have it in two hands. This is called plow reining, by the way, or direct line reining. And you have way more control and way more finesse with neck reining, with plow reining than you do with neck reining, okay? The neck reining is really only meant to free up your other hand. And if you notice, most cowboys who do neck reining have a much bigger curved bit in the horse's mouth. In other words, and they also have what's called a shank. And if you notice that my reins go right directly to the bit. There's no mechanical lever to magnify the pull of my rein. I'll show you some with a mechanical lever. But the point I'm trying to make here is the more quiet you can be with your hands, the more subtle you are with your movements with your hands, the more your horse is going to relax while you're on it. And the more relaxed your horse is, the better performance you get, the more attentive they are to you. So everything that a horse does comes from what I call pressure and release. Okay? So if I want my horse to turn to the right, I don't pull out, because look at what I do to the bit. I pull it laterally in his mouth. Think of your hands as being on a bicycle handles. Okay, if you have bicycle handles and you want to go to the right, you pull back. That means the other hand goes forward, does it not? All right, you want that bit in your horse's mouth to be straight across, not pulling it out to one side or the other, okay? So when I apply some pressure on the right side here, I'm going to have to give a little bit with the left side. But what I do to communicate with my horse is I pull a little bit, and if he responds even by looking to the right, I let go a little bit. The let go is telling the horse, yes, that's what I'm looking for. You don't let go until you get what you're looking for, okay? But you have to give to the try, okay? If you're just going to hold this until the horse completely moves, you are missing out on an opportunity to be really subtle with your horse. If you keep doing the pressure release, and it should only be with your hands. You shouldn't have to do this with your elbows much at all. Just with your hands. A little bit turns the horse, and then you do it again, it turns the horse again. And pretty soon, after you've been riding this horse, it takes just nothing to turn your horse to the left. In fact, you'll get to the point where all you have to do is look to the left. That's it.
And he can feel that.
He can feel it, and he associates it with this little pull, and he goes to the left. And I mean, it can be utter poetry in motion when you get there. I had my horsepower, and Chinook's the same way. I would ride in the mountains, and I would look to where I was going, and my horse would go right there. I wouldn't do anything, because he understood that's where I'm looking, so that's where we're going to go. And that's what you ultimately want from your horse, because that horse is relaxed. That horse is putting all of his energy into moving you forward, not into balancing you. I mean, you think about it when you're on a boat, going fast on a boat, you'd think that takes no energy whatsoever. But if you're doing this all day long, just trying to keep your feet underneath you, and I've done this in Alaska fishing on Boston whalers that have no draft at all. They're all on the surface, and you go like this all day long. You come back exhausted, because you have to put so much energy in keeping yourself balanced. So the rider's job is to stay out of the way of the horse and to develop a method of communicating with the horse that allows him to put all of his energy into doing the job that you want him to do. Is this making sense?
It does. To keep your hand movements really small,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you want to keep your reins fairly taut, too.
That's a really good point. Taut, but not tight, okay? And so what I want to do is I want to keep, that's a very good point. And when I say move up on your reins, I mean move up towards the horse's mouth in your hand. I don't mean move up this way. Move up, okay? So what you want is you want a direct line of communication. And if I'm out here like this, my moving my hand doesn't do much at all to his mouth. Nothing at all. So you want to be taut, direct, but not pulling. Again, you don't want him to brace. And that becomes an issue to him. What you want to be able to do is have him feel small movements. Just use your fingers eventually. You're not going to get there right away, but you will. You'll get there if you focus on it and concentrate on it. And this is one of the reasons I have you do so much bareback now. I want you to really experience what it's like to use minimal aids. So then when you start getting more aids, you can do more, but you should go back to these basics of using your seat whenever possible, turning, watching where you go, keep your head up, put your head down. The horse feels that, and they stop.
You want to let Aunt feel it?
Yeah. Put your hand on it, and I'll go behind you. Put your hand on the bit.
Oh.
Just let me go out, let me put it over your head, and let me, okay, as though a horse were going to have it, wrong way.
Well, I'm sure there's horses that have had them put on.
Oh, I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are horses in this lot that have had them put on the wrong way. Absolutely, yeah. So just put your hand on that, and you'll see that. And what I'm wanting you to be able to do is to feel these subtle little movements. And you can feel that without but feel the difference when I pull this way, I pull out. And that's what the horse is doing, feeling in its mouth. It's rude, number one, and it's confusing. What's the horse supposed to do? And that's one of the things that is really important is consistency is really, really important. Even if you're not doing it 100% correctly, just don't keep doing something different each time. You know, the horse will adapt to you. But gentleness, subtlety, and consistency. Those are the main things. Okay, any questions here?
So
No.
what is the horse supposed to do if you pull extremely outwards instead of...
Well, horse doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's just
Not a normal...
It's not a clear signal.
it's not a clear signal,
pulling.
and he could walk sideways.
Yeah.
And what you really are asking him to do is turn his head, because he's going to go where his head is going, just like you go where you turn your head. You know, so you need to think of yourself as one body with your horse, one body. And it gets to the point where all you have to do is think and look over there, and your horse says, we're going over there. We're going at a 90-degree angle, or we're going at a 45-degree angle, because that's what my partner up there tells me. Okay? So let's get on bareback. Where's our 3-step? And let's start using our body and in there. We're going to go in the arena.
Oh,
Okay?
okay. Yeah, helmets.
Helmets.
I forgot them the last time. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, helmets.
Are we calling for you to, around again? Yeah. This is my stuff.
Okay, I won't touch that. Yeah, I would kind of touch Suzanne's area.
Well, or don't think, oh, this belongs to
Bringing them in one at a time.
No, we'll all go in. Everybody go in at once. I want you all practicing together. Okay? Okay, let's put the steps in the middle so that everybody can see. Okay, I'm happy to hold your horse. We haven't talked about mounting by yourself yet and what to do when your horse moves. We'll get to that. So just come up and let's get everybody mounted one at a time.
Oh, we're all going to be up at once?
All going to be on at once, okay?
Ready now.
Well, how do you...
I'll take the line. I'll take the leads. Okay, once you've... Okay. Come on, step. Step, Nick. Thank you. Hold. Hold.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Coming up. Coming up.
Okay. Hold. Hold. Okay. All right. Now, remember how I told you to hold those reins? Yes. Much better. Much better. I want you to put your elbows right next to your waist. Elbows. Hands up. Hands like, yes. There you go. That's exactly right. Just like that, okay? So now you have a direct line. There's no broken line between you and your horse.
Mm-hmm.
And you should be able to move just with your fingers, okay? So tip his head to the right, okay? Pressure, release. Okay, do it again. Give him a little kick on the left side.
Maybe I should have also left.
There you go. Do it again. Do it again.
Yeah, butte that. I just feel like
Okay, turn and watch where you want to go. You want to go to the right. Pressure. Don't pull your hand out. Yes. Watch where you're going to go. You see? Okay. To the left. Go to the left. Don't pull your hand down. I want no pulling down. Nope. You're pulling down. I want you to pull back only. Backwards and forwards only. Pressure. A little bit of pressure on your left. Pull back on your left. Pressure release. Pressure release. You almost feather it. Do it again. Don't pull down. Bring your hand up. Your left hand. Okay. Okay. Now go to the right. Don't pull down. You're going to have to work on that. You're going to have to be really focused on that, Ant. Keep your elbows at your waist. Make yourself keep your elbows at your waist. Okay, come to me now. You're still going down. I want you to go back, 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 just like a bicycle handle. You don't ever move your hands laterally on a bicycle handle.
Right.
You go back and forth, okay? Okay. All right. All right. So you can practice that a little bit. I want you to go around some of these obstacles. And I want you to pay attention to your hands going back and forth and staying next to your waist and making sure that you're looking. And if you want to do a tight circle, you look tight. You look tight at it. You look right at what you're going to go around. Okay? That's part of communicating to your horse. All right.
I could have done better than that.
We can get him up here. Come on. Step. All right. Step. Step. Just let me have.
Where you're leading into the side.
Yeah, let me have it. Okay. Step. There we go. Step. All right. Okay. Okay, my dear. All right. Okay, let me get the lead.
Oh, sorry about that.
This is one of those sticky ones.
Yeah.
Okay, Paula. Let me go put these on the rail.
I get him like
Go.
pretty good here.
Step.
Okay.
Okay. What a good little boy you are. What a good little boy you are.
All right.
Okay. So, nope. There you go. Elbows at your waist. Straight line. Your hands are up too far. When I say up, I mean this way. What I want is a straight line. Bring your hands down a little bit. Straight, and then now bring your hands up on the rein a little bit. Up. There. Now you've got a straight line of communication. No broken line. Okay? Hang on. Okay. Okay. All right. So, I'd like to set up a pattern here that I'd like you to complete at least twice. And I'm going to watch you and call out and criticize, okay? So, I want you to do two things. I want you to go all the way around the outside just go around the outside. Just get a feel of your horse at a nice walk. So just follow me. And the other thing is, I want you to keep your horses a horse length apart. So follow me. Come on, get in line here. Just follow me. All right? So now you should be able to see the horse in front of you. It's full rump between your horse's ears. And if you can't, you're too close. Keep going. You should be, there you go. Keep going. I just want you to get to relax with your horse. He likes to be in front. Yeah. Okay. So I want you to go all the way around. You just pressure and release to come back, and the minute he starts to slow up, you're good. Pull straight back. There you go. Pull it. Do it again. There you go. There you go. Straight back. There you go. Pressure and release. Pressure and release. Okay. Now he's slowing down. Let him walk. These are fast horses. This is a nice. Don't get concerned about his walk. He has a fast walk.
Okay.
He's doing just great.
Okay.
He's not running off with you.
No.
These Tennessee Walkers have a fast walk. And people they cover more ground just at a slow walk like this, much faster than other horses do. Okay, he's doing great. Okay, now your spacing is pretty good. Okay. Now, yeah. Okay. See, these guys are pissed because they have to work and their friends are out there. Now remember, don't look at me. Look at where you want your horse to go. Always look where you want your horse to go. When you're on your horse, you're with him. You're not with me, okay? You're with him. All right. So when you get to the trailers, Colleen, I'm going to have you go to by the office and turn your horse around, and you're going to go around in the other direction. And the reason I'm having you do this, if you were to come into a new arena, one of the first things you do with your horse is walk them on the outside in both directions. And remember, horses are prey animals. Very good, Colleen. You're doing great. They see differently out of both eyes. I want your horse to see everything out of both eyes. So see how you turn your upper body, your horse knows. Yeah, there you go. There you go. This is not meant to be easy. It's meant for you to understand what your horse is feeling.
Yeah, it's very touchy.
Yep. He's a sensitive horse. Now get back over on what we call the rail. Move him over there. There you go. Look where you're going. Look where you're going. There you go. Very nice. Very nice. Don't pull down, Aunt. Pull back. Back. Yeah. Pressure and release. He's a going horse. Just keep pressure and release. Back, a little bit back, a little bit back, a little bit. Don't hold him back. Pull back and let go. Pull back and let go. Yeah. It's much more effective. Huh? Yeah. Okay. Now, I want you to, and you can break up to do this now. I want you to just go ahead and stop. And what I want you to, in any order, starting anywhere, I want you to start at one of these barrels, one of these feeding barrels, and I want you to go around the arena going on different sides of each barrel. So I go on this side and I head for this barrel. My eyes are on this barrel, and I'm going to go around it to the outside this time. And then I'm going to go to the inside, and then I'm going to go to the outside. And I want you to go all the way around the arena doing that with each barrel. You can start at a different barrel, each one of you, okay? Yeah, you're going to go to what would be You start looking towards the osprey's nest, so you're all going in the same direction. Go around each barrel, outside, inside. You should keep going the same direction.
Oh, okay.
You're just going to weave through the barrels. Don't go all the way around and just weave. Okay, you can go, I mean, if you want to go around all the way around, that's fine too. Okay, to be clear, let's go all the way around each barrel. Circle the barrel, go to the next one. Yeah, well, make him go over here. Yeah, get him away. He's a follower. Yeah. Okay, you're leaning a little bit, Aunt. I want you to turn without leaning, okay? Don't lean out. A lot of people do. It's a really common thing. It's like when you're on a motorcycle, you lean, you know? And that's because your motorcycle's leaning too. But in this case, your horse isn't. So it's a little bit counter from riding a bike or a motorcycle. You understand what I'm saying? You take a curve, your whole unit is leaning. But that's not true in this case. Now, it's true if you're going really fast in barrel racing. There's a lot of subtleties here. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Okay, so.
Sorry.
Make him go to the other barrel. Kick him on the opposite side. There you go. Move. There you go. There you go. Don't lean. Turn. Turn your body. Don't lean your body. Very good. I hope you see why I have you with these kind of reins, because your hands are not there yet. You know, I'm going to have you work with these kind of reins for a while till you get the feeling of it. Okay, keep going. All the way around, all of them. Then work on the right. Okay, I don't think you're doing anything wrong. I think all horses have a preferred side. All of them do. Kick on the opposite side that you want him. They move away from their legs and towards their mouth. So if you're there you go. There you go. Do it again. Just do all of them in the right, going around right. Yep. If your horse is sticky in one direction, that's the direction you work on most. I can see your confidence building by the second.
It's really incredible. Yeah.
I mean, what happens here is you were nervous at first because you were worried about him going fast when he's not really going fast at all. But now you're starting to get your mind into what you're doing. Instead of, you know, it's interesting because when you first get on the horse, your mind is on your own safety.
Yeah.
You know? And once you can get your mind off of your safety, you can get it on your task at hand. And remember that always. When you become a horseman, you get into a situation. Don't let your mind stay on what's wrong. Get your mind on what you need to correct it. The more your mind stays on what's wrong and what's happening, the longer it's going to take to correct it. You understand?
Would you say that energy,
What's that?
that energy that you focus on what's wrong goes into the horse?
Exactly right. So if you're in a situation, you don't worry about what your horse is doing. Worry about what it should be doing. Okay?
Yeah. How are the hands?
The hands are good.
Okay.
The hands are good. Okay, good. He's a good little horse. He's not going to run off with you or anything like that. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, getting better. Okay, let me watch you go around some of these. Okay, I'm gonna watch you do these 3 barrels to the right. Let me just watch you. You're getting better with keeping your hands, and it works better for you. I don't know if you've noticed that. Huh?
He's a headstrong bull.
He's a very headstrong bull. He thinks he knows what he's doing, and he does know what he's doing, but you really have to keep your hands up here and you're doing better. So let's watch. I want to do 3 or 4 of these here, and I'll let me watch you. Pressure release, and watch where you're going. Watch where you're going. Watch where you're going. There you go. Makes all the difference when you watch. Really makes a difference when you watch. Much better. Don't lean. When you lean, it goes bad. Come on. There you go. Keep your hands. There you go. There you go. Okay. Okay. So now I would like you to go around the arena, not right next to each other. I want you to start and go clockwise. Start over here, but not near each other, okay? And what I want you to be able to do is get to the point where you're almost letting your reins go in your hands. You're just riding with your seat, okay? You've got the reins and they're in their hands, but you're not doing much in terms of directing them, okay? I just want you to get you to relax and have your horse just move along, okay? And then I'm going to ask you to see, once you get to that point, if you can stop your horse with just your seat, all right? And what you're going to want to do is sit back. Put all your weight heavy in your ass. Sit back in your rear. Just sit back. And your horse is going to feel that, and it's going to interrupt his momentum. He's going to want to stop, okay? So what I'd like you to do is get your horse going in a nice, even keel, and you have very little control on his mouth. And then I want you to stop it just with your seat, okay? And what I'm trying to show you is your momentum is translated to the horse. If you're looking ahead and wanting to go forward, you have your energy going forward. You are trying to reach your destination every bit as much as he is. And you hold your body that way. If you want the horse to stop, then stop with your body, and the horse will stop. Okay? So let's just see if you can get your horse going. Yeah, well, start using the reins, and then at some point, just let the rein out so that you're riding just your horse without any use of the rein. That's his little fast walk there, Colleen. It's fine. It's just fine. Okay. This is good. Everyone's good. Kind of let your hands out a little more, like you're not holding on to that horse at all. He's just walking along. Just walking along. Okay, I want to see if you can stop your horse with your seat. Sit back. Just sit back hard. He didn't do it either. Okay, let's do it some more. And this time, when you sit back, pull on your reins. Okay? What you want to do is teach your horse that when you sit back, it's going to stop. All right? So I will yell out, stop. I want to see you on the rail, just walking with your horse kind of out. Nice. That's nice, Ant. He's got a big walk. Very big walk. He'll catch up to those horses without thinking about it. Okay, stop. Okay, now while you're stopped, I want you to back your horse up 2 steps. And what you do there is you pull back on both reins and you don't release the pressure until they move their weight back. You can say back as well. Good. Good. Let go when they do it. Again, it's pressure and release. And you guys will get much better as you go on. The minute the horse thinks about going back, you let go. And at first, you have to do it a lot. But ultimately, what you're teaching your horse is that with a slight little bit of pressure back, you want him to go back.
Good boy.
Okay, it's right at 10:30. So I'm going to leave you to your own, and you're welcome to practice. I'm going to go ahead and get off and let people just watch you independently. And if you want to come and find me afterwards, Ant, to talk about horses, I'm happy to do that. I'll be back at my office, okay? Everybody feel comfortable with me leaving?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. The more you do this kind of activity where you're relying less on your aids and more on your own body, the more responsive your horse is ultimately going to be.
One thing we haven't done is gotten off by ourselves, just rein and mane and slide off.
Yep. Just slide off. Just take your right leg over, and as it's coming over his rump, you just slide off. Yep. Okay. Okay. Thank you all for joining us. Things are really perking up here. People are getting it. And this is going to be fun to watch their progression.
Do you want to give him just a quick thing on what to do when Mickey is not so nice?
Well, keep your distance from other horses. See how his ears go back? He is telling Garnet that I'm the lead horse around here. I'm the bully in the crowd. So the thing to do is when he does that, go up and try to go towards him, all right? You give him a swift kick. And let me tell you, before you do that, when you kick a horse, you have to have the right intention in your head, all right? You're not kicking that horse to goal. You're kicking it fast and saying, stop it. Stop it, Mickey. You can't do that. Not while I'm on you, you can't do that. All right? It's a different kind of a kick. And this is one of the really interesting parts about horseback riding. It's what's in your head is what's going to dictate what you do with your body. And I noticed you were doing it automatically. When he was whinnying, you gave him a little kick. And that's exactly what you want to do. If your horse is doing something that you don't want it to do, you give him a little kick. And with the intention of stop it. All right, so just go towards him there a little bit and get his ears back. And then just say, you know.
Oh, now he's being nice.
Yeah, go around him. Go around him and come back up, and then he'll be as nasty. There, kick him. There you go, see? You broke it up. It's all it is breaking it up. And that's a kick not to go forward, it's a kick to stop what you're doing.
It's really dangerous.
It can be, yeah. So just stay away from everybody else until you know how to control his kicks. Yeah. He's a bit of a bully.
It's not 100% Mickey. Like, Mickey is too close and he's putting out that energy. My horse will decide to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I kept looking back to see where Mickey was. It's not
Yeah, it is. What's that? Everybody's aware of where Mickey is. And if you had Lonza in here, they'd all be aware of where she is too. You know, they don't go near her. And yet I can do drill team on her. You know, they understand if you're controlling your horse. He'll understand if you're controlling your horse. He'll understand he can get close without getting injured because you're controlling your horse. These animals are very smart. They absolutely know what's going on here, right? And I'm glad you brought that up, Paula. It's your job always to control your horse. When you're in a crowd, it's not the other person's job, it's your job. And the way to do it is to keep it clear in your mind. Stop it. No. And pretty soon, you're going to get to the point where you see it start to happen. You see just a tiny bit of a wiggle in his ear, and you've got a slight little kick saying, no, we're not doing that, Mick. Sorry. And it becomes part of your riding that horse, is that you check him. So I ride Lonza different than I do Chinook. Have completely different personalities, completely different issues. But you have to match yourself to them. They're not going to match to you. Okay? They will match to you. If you're not a good rider, they'll just take control. All right. Thanks, everyone. And thank you guys. And come and find me when you're done. Feel free to practice as much as you'd like.
One question, Susan. You had said something about giving Dugan before, like giving him a certain medicine.
Yes, he's not exercising vigorously. It's when he's going to exercise vigorously. And so when we get to gating, and that'll come soon, then we need to put the medicine in. Yeah. Yeah, and I would take all your horses back together. They're going to be that's going to be a challenge for all of you because they're going to be acting up, wanting to get with their friends, and you have to open the gate and all of that. I'm sure you're up to it, okay? You're going to go around their runway, and you're going to open the gate, you're going to let your horses in there, and all the other horses are going to go bonkers because your horses are coming, and these horses are going to be anxious. So what are you going to do? If he starts walking on you, what are you going to do? Whack him. You're going to make him back up until he understands, I'm not going to move at all until I obey this guy.
Make them wait at the gate. I want to make sure we're out of the way when they come through the gate.
Exactly. And if you, I'll be happy to help you. I'll watch, and I'll go over there and open the gate and keep the other horses from coming in at you. Okay? So text me when you're ready to go. Somebody text me, and I'll go over to the gate. All right?
Thank you, Suzanne.
Thank you. Thank you.
Want to hang out in here a little more? Or
Yeah, I'd like to just
Couple more turns around.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
had a little pause and then get back at it. I'm fine with myself.
So the other thing is, kind of what you're saying, you know, the
they're hurt a lot less than you think they are, and psychologically they're way. I mean, you have fewer health problems because the horses as a herd. Huh? Instead of herding them? Well, you see, what happens in most places, people own the horses individually. You've got a whole bunch of people who own different horses in a farm. Horses can't work out their pecking order. And once the pecking order works out, I mean, Jeanette knows to give life. She knows to give life. She knows which needs to be done. And she looks right at the first one. Everybody is pecking order. They're almost happy with it. But really, just watch it. I mean, it's amazing. I'll have this college student who never get anything. Anybody get anything. And the minute I walk into the bathroom, the people got to do I mean, they really know who's going to let them get away with something and who's not. You know, Oh, that's great. Alrighty, yeah, that's great.
Good.
And this tree looks bedraggled, but it had new growth on it.
And I've been giving
now,
it
but
some
it
water.